Yep.
Although I have known like guys do that.
That's the only smart guy here. They told him 8 o'clock. He was like, yeah, right. All right. He's definitely a veteran.
Like, I got you. I know what time it's going to be.
Yeah. CPT. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to start at 8.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to start at 8:30. We'll shut up about 9.
Some more than others, I would imagine. Yeah,
That's why.
Wait, how was she done? How was she done?
There's something low the whole time.
She got all the bloopers.
If it were real, over here fucking around. Oh, you know what? I'm good.
We're going to show the real military.
Yeah.
Picking her nose.
Wow. You got 228? Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Go help him out. Show him how to do it.
Show them how to do what?
How to work that phone.
Nah, man.
Yeah, she got better call.
Yeah, she probably got a better call, honestly.
They don't know it yet, but we actually got a 7-Eleven around here right now. Suck it in and stick it out.
Yep.
Back of his head, he's gonna be right in front of me.
Okay.
I'm gonna be real awkward and be like,
Yeah, but I'm on the way. Yeah.
pen? What's wrong with my pen? That's a good pen. That's not even a cheap one. QA, you know, QA. You were not grounded.
Good to see you guys. How are you? Thank you all so much for your service. Honestly, it's a pleasure to meet y'all. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you? Good to see you. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We'll begin our ceremony immediately after our administrative announcements. I'll ask if you haven't done so already, please set your phones to vibrate. And of course, the photos that will be taken today will be available on the governor's website in approximately 2 weeks at www.flgov.com/gallery. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow veterans, welcome to the Mary Grizzle Building and the headquarters of the Florida Department of Veteran Affairs. My name is Al Carter, and I'm the Deputy Director for the Florida Department of Veteran Affairs, and I have the honor and distinction of introducing our special guest for this morning. But before I do, I'd like to briefly share that Florida is the premier location for veterans seeking to live, work, and play. Florida veterans' benefits are second to none. Florida stands ready to assist veterans with receiving their earned benefits and assistance, which range from anything from medical compensation to education, voc rehab, to veterans preference, to nursing home care. So there is a wide variety of services that are available to our great veterans within the state of Florida, as well as our active component. Thanks to our governor, cabinet, and legislature, we are boldly taking actions to expand on those already generous portfolio of benefits. More importantly, thanks to the support of our governor, we're exploring daring new veteran benefit opportunities such as adult daycare, alternative medical treatments, tax benefits for widowers of veterans, just to name a few. Now, I could go on, but that's not what I was charged to be here for. So without further ado, this illustrious gentleman is a brother in arms, a native Floridian with blue-collar roots. He is a Harvard Law School graduate. Interesting is that while he was at Harvard, he earned a commission in the U.S. Navy as a JAG officer. During his active duty service, he supported operations at the Terrorist Detention Center in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. So that's probably where we cross, sir. And he deployed to Iraq as an advisor to the U.S. Navy SEAL commander in support of SEAL missions in Fallujah, Ramadi, and the rest of the Anbar province. So we probably bump heads there as well. His military decorations include the Bronze Star for Meritorious Service and the Iraq Campaign Medal. He's a dedicated professional, and of course, he still serves in the U.S. Navy Reserve. He's married to his lovely wife, Casey, who is an Emmy Award-winning television host, and they also have 2 wonderful children. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you a Navy veteran, a proud veteran supporter, and a gentleman who just happens to be the governor of the great state of Florida. Please help me welcome Governor Ron DeSantis and his lovely wife, Casey.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Well, thanks, Al. We really appreciate, Casey and I appreciate being here at this Veterans Building here in Pinellas County. I grew up in Pinellas County, and I can tell you, just as a veteran, I very much appreciate the Tampa Bay area in terms of being a great place for veterans. Really one of the best places, I think, anywhere, not only in our state, but in our country. So we're happy to be here. I really appreciate the work of Danny Burgess. When he came in to interview for this position, I mean, he was obviously the right guy for it. He's got a lot of energy, and he's really hit the ground running. We're going to have some announcements today, but we're going to have more announcements at the end of the month, which I think will be really exciting for our veterans. When you look at what we're doing in terms of veterans, I think there's a number of things that we're going to focus on. One is, of course, mental health and fighting veteran suicide. When I was deployed in Iraq, one of the things I noticed was you had people, this was 2007, but you had some people who had been 3 or 4 deployments since September 11th. That is not normal, and that takes a toll on people. And so recognizing the invisible wounds of war is something that we're striving to make sure we're doing. I think we're much better today than we were 10 or 15 years ago, but we still have work to do. Just 2 weeks ago, the president signed an executive order focusing on a national initiative to empower veterans and end veteran suicide. And this is a national public health issue. And when I was in Congress, we fought for veterans who struggle with mental health disorders, and we're going to continue doing that now as governor. In the U.S., 1 of every 4 suicides involves a veterans. That is a tragedy, and we have to do more. So I'm directing the Florida Department of Veterans Affairs to begin collaborations with the federal government to aid in developing comprehensive strategies to lower the rate of veteran suicide. Danny and his team work tirelessly on this issue, and I know he will have an update for you soon on the progress they are making. Through programs like the Florida Veterans Support Line here in Tampa, we are committed to matching the President's commitment to ending veteran suicide. And so this commitment that we have to the veterans is strong. One of the things I think that Florida is very blessed to have is a strong active duty component. You look here in the Tampa Bay area, MacDill Air Force Base. Obviously, it's an Air Force component, but you have U.S. Central Command, Special Operations Command. Down in Miami, Danny was down in Southern Command, which is very, very important. We also have Cape Canaveral with our space mission. We have Northeast Florida, very strong with the naval presence, and of course the Florida Panhandle, very strong with military. So I think the work of our Florida Defense Support Task Force is important. As governor, I'll be making several appointments to the task force, and I'm committed to appointing only strong individuals who will fight for our military and preserve this important part of the state. You know, I don't know what changes happen from time to time. There's different ideas. I think Florida is well positioned because I think our active duty components are very value added to our military overall, and of course they represent an important fabric of our state here. So we put $2 million in our budget to support the task force, and we're going to continue to support our active duty components, and that includes some of the bases that were damaged with Hurricane Michael. I had a chance to tour Tyndall Air Force Base, and it was very, very badly hit, but the president is committed to rebuilding it, and I think we'll be able to rebuild it stronger than ever. And actually, with the new platforms, I think it'll be a F-35 platform, which is probably going to have a longer shelf life than what they had previously had. Another thing is, what opportunities do we have to expand the active duty component? And one of the ways we can do that is with space. So I've asked the president, with this new U.S. Space Force, the combatant command associated with that, I've asked that to be located in Florida. I think if you look at a place like Cape Canaveral, where you have a lot of commercial space, of course we have a military component, we have NASA as well, that would be a very logical place for that. So I don't know when that decision is going to happen, but I think that'd be very good for the state of Florida to have the U.S. Space Command, the combatant command for U.S. Space Force, located in the state of Florida. We're also working hard to expand Florida's defense and aerospace industries. These industries are great opportunities for Florida veterans to find high-paying jobs after their service to our nation has concluded. We must grow these industries and do everything we can to help veterans integrate into the private sector to find other high-paying jobs. Now, in January, I signed an executive order directing our Commissioner of Education to pursue $10 million during this legislative session for workforce apprenticeships. And I think in the defense industry, I think those are tailor-made. A place like Northrop Grumman and St. Augustine, where I used to represent, where people can make really, really good salaries very quickly. We also asked for $26 million for other workforce programs, particularly those in conjunction with our state colleges. I think workforce training programs are very important to ensuring that Floridians receive the training they need to meet market demands for real jobs with good pay. So today, I'm instructing Danny and his team to coordinate with the Department of Education to ensure veterans are aware of and can take maximum advantage of these programs. We also have other programs in the hopper for this legislative session I think are going to be positively received. And one of the things that I think that Danny and his team can really do a good job of is connecting with the veteran and explaining the benefits in a very common sense way. They have a good brochure that even the people at Southern Command were saying makes a lot of sense. I remember when I was in the military, you would leave the military, and I didn't really need the services. I mean, I was okay, but like I'm thinking like some of these guys who are, second-class petty officers or something, it doesn't make any sense with what they're giving you in terms of how to actually connect it. It's kind of like a bureaucracy. You're checking a box, but then the veteran really wasn't ultimately benefiting to the extent I thought they should have. So I think Danny has done a good job, and this department has done a good job of making this something that's intelligible for people so that they know what they do, but we always got to keep working on that. And look, I want Florida. We're the third most veterans in the country, behind California and Texas. I was informed this morning that we think we may pass Texas soon. I hope so, but whether we're first, second, or third in population, I'm committed to making us #1 place to be for veterans, period, and we're working very hard to do that. So I want to introduce Danny. I will say we are excited about the new nursing home in St. Lucie. We have money from the federal VA. We put money in our budget for that, and that's something that I'm going to be supportive of going forward. I think there's a clear need for that here in the state of Florida, and so we want to stand ready to help our veterans, particularly as they age and they need our assistance. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our Secretary, Danny Burgess. Yep.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. We got a great crowd in here, and I feel pretty good with everybody behind us. I think between law enforcement and our military behind us, this may be momentarily the safest place in the state of Florida. So appreciate you all being here. We're proud of you, and thank you for your service. Governor, First Lady, distinguished guests, thank you for being here. And this is one heck of a way to kick off your work week, right? Like this is the best way to spend a Monday, to take a moment to thank everybody that's behind us and everybody that's out there watching for their service and the opportunity to be here today and to celebrate and to be a part of this great nation. Today is historic because this is the first visit by a governor and a first lady to our FDVA offices. So we appreciate that. But not only is it historic because of that, but this will also be the first presentation of the governor's Veteran Service Medals by this administration. So we're very excited that it's happening right here in the heartbeat of our veteran community within the state of Florida. We have almost 500,000 veterans are located within the Bay Area. That's basically a third of our veteran population of about 1.5 million or so. So that speaks to the significance of this area where we're strategically located to be boots on the ground and to serve those who served us. And speaking of hitting the ground running, that's what this administration is doing. We're very proud to be a part of that, sir, and we commit to keep up to that level of excellence and strive to keep up the pace. It'll be difficult because you're setting at one heck of a pace and setting the bar high, but we're going to maintain that pace, and we're going to run just as hard and as fast as you are to make sure that we're not letting down those who have given so much for us. And the governor and the first lady are deeply committed to veterans' issues. I think when we look back in time, this administration will go down as the most veteran-friendly administration in the history of the state of Florida, and that's something we can be very proud of. As a Navy veteran, Governor DeSantis knows what it takes to wear the uniform. And although I'm an Army guy, we both get along great because we're Jags. So thank you for putting your trust in me. It's truly an honor to serve in this role. There's no better word to describe this vision that they've set forth other than bold. And sir, we are working on internal processes to create efficiencies, to expand our outreach, and more than anything, you hit home the most important critical thing is to make sure veterans know what's eligible and available to them. That's our mission. We want every veteran to know the FDVA is here for them. We have a great team, and we're going to expand our outreach even further than it already has been. We also have probably, with your support, the most comprehensive legislative agenda I think we've ever undertaken. A lot of what we're going to try to tackle is the whole veteran. It encompasses the whole veteran. It's from mental health, physical health, transitional services, and also legal services. Veterans have unique legal needs based on the significances of their services and the strain that can put on their personal lives. So the 211 crisis hotline, veteran suicide is front and center. President Trump just issued a decree to end veteran suicide. Our team was on a conference call with the White House recently, a couple weeks ago, just to this regard, and how we can help them and support their efforts at the state level is by, I believe, the 211 crisis hotline, which is chartered right here in Tampa Bay, the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay. They have a pilot program that is a peer-to-peer network servicing veterans and connecting their families and veterans in their time of need to the services that they deserve and have earned, and that will also help to avoid and end suicide. They have such a success story. They've had over 40 calls, I believe, just within the past month or two, and every single one of those resulted in a successful deterrence in terms of what was quite possibly ultimately might have led to suicide. It's a state of emergency, and we're on it, and we're going to continue to partner with the VA, and we're going to eradicate this from our state and hopefully from our nation, and be there for those who are there for us in our darkest hour. This is how we can be there for them in theirs. We also are going to focus in on alternative therapies for veterans, helping them truly overcome post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury. We're going to focus in on veterans treatment courts, veterans legal services. We're going to do more public-private partnerships with the VA, and allow them opportunities to be able to increase access to health care for our veteran patients. We're also looking to extend the homestead tax exemption this year for surviving spouses of combat wounded veterans. So our agency is working to end homelessness among veterans, increase access to health care. We will be very soon having the first of our homes, our nursing homes will have telehealth within there for our veterans who are residents of our nursing homes, and we're looking to expand that throughout all our nursing homes. So that's going to be a big success and a great access to health care. Some of our largest population of veterans that's on the rise is our post-9/11 veteran. These, I say soldiers, I'm partial to the Army, I guess, but these are service members, sorry, sailors, I apologize. They are just starting their life, and they are just starting their families. And so Florida, we want them here. They're an asset. We want these veterans in Florida. They're highly skilled, highly trained. They are such a great resource for us as a state. We want them here, and we want to make sure that they have the workforce that's ready for them. Job opportunities, occupational licensing. We've worked with the Pasco Sheriff's Office, who's here, extensively to create occupational licensing standards while I was in the legislature, and that allows former Special Forces operators to become law enforcement officers in a much more efficient manner. So those are the types of things we can work on, that we can rally around and we can support to make sure that we're serving those who served us. So, Governor, I know we have another part of the program, so with that, I'll conclude my remarks and just say thank you for being so supportive. First Lady, thank you for being so supportive of what we're doing, and we're going to do some big things. Stay tuned, because we will have some big announcements coming down the pipe as we look forward to marching forward on veterans issues, and within this next week, I think we'll be releasing some of that. I also have the honor of introducing General Chip Deal with the Florida Defense Support Task Force. General Deal, the best way to describe him is a Tampa native. He was born on MacDill and ended his career on MacDill, which I think may be a first in military circles. So I don't know, you're gonna have to teach me how you made that happen, sir. But he was a command pilot with more than 4,000 flying hours, retired in 2005, and has been serving on the task force since 2012. So, sir, without further ado, we'd love for you to come on up and share some remarks, and then we'll go into the service awards. Thank you.
We're gonna need that in a minute. You know, the only thing, being last in line before the medals, I know to be quick. But I just wanted to share the excitement, if I can, with everybody here today. Because, sir, we are excited. Ma'am, we are excited. And I want to show you how excited we are. How many people have their challenge coins around here to show a little bit of spirit around here? We're going to get a lot of beverages, sir. We're going to get a lot of beverages around here. No, but, sir, we really are excited. And I think the way I want to begin is to thank you. Thank you for the appointment of this young man to be the executive director of the VA. Wonderful choice. And equally, I just wanted to also congratulate the First Lady and you on your inauguration and taking the helm of this ship called Florida. We're excited, and I just want to share, especially for the cameras, because sometimes the governor's already told you a lot of good things about what is being done, but let me go ahead and elaborate how much the military is a treasure in this state. First off, we have 20 installations. The governor mentioned all three of the combatant commands with SOCOM, CENTCOM, and Southern Command, but we also have every component here: the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force. And what I like to do is keep our aperture wide open to include the National Guard, the reserves, and our Coast Guard. Everywhere we go, you see the military in Florida. But here's some of the numbers that you just need to keep in the back of your mind. 1.5 million veterans live in this state. 400,000, sir, live in the Tampa Bay 8-county region. That's a lot of people. The economic impact of all our veterans in this state's budget is $85 billion. For us in Tampa, sir, it's $17 billion. And as Jack Harris likes to say on our AM Tampa Bay every once in a while, $17 billion for our military. How can you replace that? You can't get 34 Super Bowls every year to come here. That's the equivalent of what MacDill Air Force Base means to this region. The other thing is, I just want to shift to how bright our future is. A lot of great words have already been said, but let me go ahead and hit a few more, because while there are challenges, there are opportunities. And sir, we're on your wing, because here's what I look forward to us seeing happen in the future. We already talked about bringing the Space Force headquarters to Florida. It's a natural. Modernizing our Florida Air National Guard with a new fighter. They need a new fighter, whether it's the F-15X or the F-35. Rebuilding Tyndall is a must. They are one of our legacy bases, been around for 70+ years. We need to rebuild that shining gem up in the Northwest. We need more tankers out here at MacDill Air Force Base. We need to continue to fight with our governor, because he's already been there, fighting to stop the drilling in our Gulf. The impact that has on our ranges and the advanced 5th-generation fighters that are using the Gulf ranges, Avon Park right here, Key West, all the way up the East Coast. We've got to continue to preserve drilling and preserve our ranges here in the state of Florida. But more importantly, for the veterans, when we went up to the inauguration, one of the things that will always stick in my mind, sir, was how proud the First Lady and the Governor are. They will never forget, it's in their hearts, Gold Star families and our wounded heroes. Let me talk to you just quickly about the wounded heroes. There are over 50,000 wounded since Afghanistan and Iraq. The thing that bothers us the most, all of us, is the fact that if they're not on TV, you're not hearing about them, we don't want them to be forgotten. Because you know what? Their legs are not going to grow back. Their arms are not going to grow back. The pains are still there. We need to continue to embrace them for the next 40, 50 years. So they do believe in that. Equally, I know the First Lady believes in military spouses. Keep them on your network, because where you have a family, that spouse is always the pinnacle of that family, and I want us to always remember our military spouses. We talked about veterans treatment courts. They're a must. Service-disabled, veteran-owned small businesses, apprenticeship, entrepreneurship, another must. Spouse professional reciprocity. This is a hallmark, and I don't know if many are aware of it, so I appreciate the cameras here, sir, because they need to know that Florida already has professional reciprocity for military spouses. We have over 36 professions on the list, so that if a veteran or a military member moves here, their spouse is a professional, there is likely that their profession has reciprocity so they can go right back to work. The quality of health care we've talked about. And then the last one I will give you, sir, is the Secretary of the Air Force's 2 priorities are the quality of education for our military children, top of their list. The number 2 is reciprocity for spouses, as we just talked about, already on their list. Florida is out front. We are blessed with a great state. We're blessed with a great military. We're blessed now with a great governor and first lady. As I want you to just take out of here, our military is a treasure for this state, and our veterans, as you see right here, are our pride. And I just want to hope all of us can come together, because together we are Florida. And Governor, I just think it's time we need to pull chocks, get this thing airborne, and go make things happen.
All right.
God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, sir.
Are we going to do the
Yes,
medal?
sir.
Okay.
So without further ado, we're going to move right into the Governor's Veteran Service Award ceremony. This award is to recognize both active and former members of the U.S. Armed Forces in appreciation of their service and sacrifice to our great nation. So Governor DeSantis, we will now line up and get ready for the awards.
Okay, where do you want me to be?
Sir, I believe I'm in between, so I believe.
Where do you want me to stand?
Sir, if you can stand right here in front of the flag.
Okay.
First Lady, if you can stand to the right of Danny, who will be right in the middle there. So if you'll come this way. My apologies.
Yep.
So you'll hand it to them and we'll just shake their hand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good, how are you, ma'am?
We're ready? So veterans, if you'll please come on through.
Save your service.
How are you, Casey?
Yeah, good to see you.
Ready to see it.
Congrats. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your service.
No, thank
Thank you for your service. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I like that rock.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Hey, how are
Appreciate it.
you?
Thank you. Thanks for your service. Appreciate it. Thanks for your service.
Thanks again.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your service.
Here we go.
See you guys. Thank you for everything.
Thanks so much for your service.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your service.
Thanks so much.
No races?
Great to
What
see you.
races?
Local short track racing.
Oh, okay.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
How are you? Good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Okay, good to see you.
Yeah, for what high school?
Oh, congratulations, boy or girl?
Thank you very much
You
for
getting
your
any
service.
sleep? Not really. I'm not getting any. And you're old, so that's a happy birthday. And thank you for your service. Great. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, thanks again. Really
Thank you so much for your service.
Thanks for your service.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you
Thanks
so
for your
much.
service.
Really.
Thanks so much.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
I like that last name.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot. Yep.
Thank you for your service.
Thanks, really.
Thank you. Good to see you. Appreciate it. Yep. Thanks for your service. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you, really. Thank you, guys. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you. Come down today? Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your service.
Thank you so much for your service. Look forward to working with you still.
Hey, good
Thank
to
you
see
for
you.
your service.
Thank
And thank you so much
Thanks so much for your service.
That was my grandfather, World War II Coast Guard, yes. Thank you for your service.
Thanks for your service.
Sir, these are
Nice to see you again. This is the third time today. Yeah, you can come with us on the next stop.
Thanks for your service.
Hello again. Thank you for your
Thanks a lot for your
Yeah,
service.
thank you,
Appreciate you.
really, again, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hey, man. Thank you for your service.